Robbinsdale swinging in, and it is a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. Today on the show, we name the cream of the crop in football in the Northwest Suburbs on our all-area offense and defense.
And we'll get started with the CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. Two of the teams in the tournament played in the state tournament last season, while the other two played in section finals. 3 of the 4 are ranked in the top 10 to start this season. Maple Grove facing top-ranked Edina in the championship game. The Hornets get on the board as Liam Malmquist buries a rebound here to put Edina up 1-0 in the first. Maple Grove answers on a power play as they get the puck to the net, and Tyler Kostelecki puts the rebound away to tie the game at 1-1. It's 2-1 Edina after 1 period. Second period, Ben Brinkman rings it around the boards to Malmquist, and he sets up Demetrius Kamoutsas for the pretty goal, and it's 3-1 Hornets. Maple Grove once again responds as Matthew Jaglow on the rush gets around the defenseman and tucks a shot away. Despite being badly outshot, Maple Grove was within 3-2 after 2. But Kurt Giles and the Hornets erupt in the third. Tic-tac-toe passing on a 5-on-3, and Jet Jungles buries it for a 4-2 lead. Then on a rush, Max Borst drops it to the trailer Evan Shoemaker for the goal. Edina scores 3 goals in less than 3 minutes as they pull away for a 6-2 win.
After playing well but falling short in a shootout against Maple Grove in the semifinals, host Wayzata looked to bounce back in the third-place game. Trojans skating against Holy Family on the new Rink A at Plymouth, now a standard-sized sheet of ice. Early first period, the Fire's number 17, Cole Wilson, fires the loose puck into the back of the Trojans' net, and Holy Family leads 1-0. A few minutes later, Joe Hankinson skates down the right wing, and he snipes a shot in on the short side as Holy Family takes a 2-0 lead after a period. Second period, the Fire with a 2-on-1. Dan Redden takes the John Simon pass and scores. That's a short-handed goal for Holy Family. They add 1 more in the period to go up 4-0. Third period, Ben Almquist feeds the pass in front to Simon, and he scores the 5th goal of the night for Holy Family. Wayzata finally gets on the board. Tyler Dingman's shot from the point gets through. Holy Family wins 5-1. The Trojans play at Hermantown Friday.
John, looks like Edina is going to be pretty tough to beat this season. They're always good, but maybe even better than ever this year.
Very strong team. I think Wayzata Maple Grove will be solid despite what happened in the Turkey Trot. Things didn't go quite the way they wanted, but a long season ahead. Straight ahead here on Sports Jam, we recognize the top offensive players in the area in football with our Sports Jam all-area offense.
We had a very memorable football season in the area with some great players and teams. Maple Grove made the Class 6A semifinals, while Cooper had its first unbeaten regular season. We've consulted with coaches in the Northwest Suburbs and now present the Sports Jam all-area offense.
It all starts up front on our Sports Jam offense with the O-line. Maple Grove's tackle number 67, Trent Tater, was the most physical lineman for a strong Crimson offense. The 6'3", 275-pounder was a 2-year starter and had a strong career. Armstrong guard number 76, Troy Casperson, a 6'4", 270-pound senior, was a leader for the Falcons. Strong and athletic, Casperson was named Suburban Blue Offensive Lineman of the Year. Cooper's number 76, center Cedric Williams, is the lone non-senior on our line. The 6'2", 260-pound junior helped the versatile Hawks offense do a variety of things while earning his team's Lineman of the Year award. Number 62, Braden Fitzgerald of Benilde St. Margaret's, had a strong year on both sides of the ball. We'll use him at guard. The 6'2", 210-pounder is a feisty athletic performer who also excelled at linebacker and on special teams. Number 72, tackle Zach Collins of Totino Grace, is an ornery physical presence on both sides of the ball. On offense, Collins was voted Metro North O-Lineman of the Year. He will play in the All-Star game. Our quarterbacks are led by Cooper's number 2, Cameron King. The 2-year starter helped the Hawks to one of the best seasons in program history, throwing for 1,524 yards and 21 touchdowns. King was Suburban Gold Offensive Player of the Year and has offers from Concordia, St. Paul, and St. Cloud State. Breck's number 8, David Roddy, is a beast at 6'5", 245. A good athlete with a strong arm, Roddy threw for 1,871 yards and 22 touchdowns, earning team MVP and all-district honors for the Mustangs. Benilde's number 17, Tommy Anderson, helped the Red Knights to another strong campaign after they won the 4A title in 2016. Anderson threw for 1,078 yards and 19 touchdowns while rushing for 3 more scores. Anderson was Suburban Red Offensive MVP. Our running backs are led by number 26, junior Evan Hull of Maple Grove. Strong and shifty, workhorse Hull carried the ball 344 times for 2,174 yards and 19 touchdowns for the 6A semifinal.
Raymond comes in motion. They give the Hull. Touchdown, Maple Grove.
Number 20, Ernest Wardlow of Champlain Park, was also tough to stop. Wardlow at 5'11", 180, breaks a lot of tackles. He rushed for 1,019 yards and 7 touchdowns. Park Center's number 4, Emmanuel Tamba, was a big play threat for the Pirates. The speedy Tamba rushed for nearly 1,000 yards and caught passes for another 275, and he had 12 touchdowns total as a junior. Tamba was an all-district selection. Our wide receivers include number 21, Joe Raymond of Maple Grove, one of the heroes of the miracle comeback against St. Michael Albertville with catches like this one-hander. Raymond had 31 receptions for 576 yards and 5 TDs. He also rushed for 289 yards and 4 touchdowns while also excelling on defense. Number 3, Pedro Amusu, was a breakaway threat for Cooper. Small and speedy, Amusu caught 34 passes for 668 yards with 6 touchdowns. He was team offensive MVP for the Hawks, who went undefeated in the regular season. Number 10, Charles Wiley of Brooklyn Center, is a very athletic wide receiver. Wiley hauled in 41 passes for 754 yards and 11 touchdowns for the improved Centaurs. Wiley was an all-district selection. Exarian Hill of Hopkins is just 5'5", but gave opposing defenses fits. Hill had 39 catches for 583 yards and 3 touchdowns while earning all-district honors for the Royals. Our tight end is Wayzata's number 2, Billy Revere. The 6'4", 235-pound junior was a physical force who also got involved in the passing game with 16 receptions and 1 touchdown grab. Our kicker is Armstrong's Matthew Jager. The Suburban Blues special teams MVP has a strong leg and made 5 field goals. He also averaged 37 yards per punt and will play in the All-Star game. Our special teams ace is Cooper's number 7, Phoenix Sproles. The North Dakota State recruit averaged 28 yards per punt return and was Suburban Gold Special Teams Player of the Year. He averaged 40 yards per kick as a punter and had 4 touchdown receptions as a receiver while excelling at safety on defense. Sproles was an all-district pick. It's a pretty strong group. The Sports Jam All-Area Offense.
And these guys also had strong seasons. The honorable mention picks for offense. That'd be a tough group to stop. When we return, John has a defensive team that just might be up to the task.
A moment ago, Jay showed us the players named to our 2017 Sports Jam offense. Maybe only this group could slow them down. Here now is the Sports Jam All-Area defense for this fall.
Up until that point.
We'll start on the defensive line and Osseo's number 11, Anthony Williams. A game-changing defensive end, Williams was second on the Orioles in total tackles, but led the team in tackles for loss and fumble recoveries. He was an all-Metro North District selection in 2017.
Anthony Williams with the football.
Champlain Park's number 44, Thomas Zinna, was also a disruptive force to opponents on the D-line, often drawing an extra blocker. Zinna finished the year with 9 tackles for loss while forcing 4 fumbles. He, too, was selected to the all-Metro North District team. Tuchino Grace defensive lineman number 56, Luke Kubish, with a dominant defensive player for the Eagles. Junior's a 2-year starter who finished the year with 70 tackles, 16 of them for loss. Kubish was also named All-District. Park Center's number 50 Ryan Schnobrick was a bright spot this fall for the 3-7 Pirates. A strong and active defensive lineman, Schnobrick was able to get into backfields and stop ball carriers and rush the quarterback on his way to an all-district season. Number 28 Providence Academy's Taylor Meisner was named Defensive Lineman of the Year in the Twin City Gold District. The junior recorded 61 tackles, with an incredible 20 of them for loss. A two-way starter, Meisner also played running back for the Lions. Now to an outstanding linebacking crew, led by Cooper's number 23, Ante Burns.
Nice hands, Ante Burns coming up with the pick.
The senior racked up 136 tackles this fall with 6 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, 2 kickoff returns for scores, plus 6 rushing TDs. Burns was all-district, both the Hawks and the Suburban Gold's most valuable player. Maple Grove's number 4, Jake Hansen, had a terrific season for the state semifinalist Crimson. A great linebacker and special teams player, Hansen finished the year with 4 blocked kicks and 109 tackles, 20 of them for loss. Hansen will play in the Coaches Association Minnesota All-Star Game in December. Armstrong's number 52, Michael Wozniak, was a great leader and a tough tackler for the Falcons. The senior led the team with 90 tackles. He was named All-District and the Suburban Blue District's Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, and a nice job cutting in. Wozniak gets there.
Number 42, Caleb Eugene of Wayzata, was the top tackler for the Trojans this season. The senior linebacker was a team leader in both total tackles and tackles for loss. He was an all-Metro West District pick. Cooper's number 6, Nate Hill, was a key contributor to a Hawks team that allowed under 11 points per game. A 2-year starter, Hill finished with 89 tackles, 3 interceptions, 3 defensive touchdowns, and 7 touchdowns rushing on offense. He was the Suburban Gold District Defensive MVP.
Left. Ooh, and he takes a hard hit. Welcome to varsity ball right there.
Maple Grove's number 45, Ben Paschke, finished second on the team to Jake Hansen in tackles this season. A heavy hitter, Paschke recorded 17 tackles for losses and blocked 3 kicks as well on his way to earning all-district honors. Our cornerbacks include Champlin Park's number 31, Nat Hill. Opponents didn't throw a lot at the experienced senior corner. 5'8", 170-pound Hill was a physical player who was one of the top defensive backs in the Metro North District. Brooklyn Center's number 7, Davia Gabor, played cornerback, free safety, and quarterback for the Class 3A Centaurs. We'll use him as a defensive back. 3-year starter, Gabor was named All-Twin City Blue District this season. Armstrong's number 29, Makai Besic, was a solid and rangy safety for the Falcons. The senior finished with 53 tackles and 4 interceptions, 2 of which went for touchdowns. A big play guy who always seemed to be around the ball, Besic was named All-Suburban Blue District. It'll be a tough group to score on, the 2017 Sports Jam defense.
These players were solid on D2. Here are the honorable mention picks for defense. Well, Jay, pretty good year for football. Some memorable moments. You know, top of the list, of course, that Maple Grove comeback against St. Michael Albertville with the 3 touchdowns in the last minute.
Yeah, not a hard pick for a game of the year, I don't think, this year. And a couple other ones that were really pretty memorable late in the season, too. That Cooper-Irondale last regular season game, double overtime. Cooper ends up winning. Also, Champlin Park holding off to Tino Grayson, quite a thriller. So he definitely had some great moments this fall.
You know, great season for Cooper, too. You would like to have seen how they would have fared against the other Class 5A team, but fell short in that section final against St. Louis Park.
Yeah, disappointing ending, but certainly a great year overall.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Sports Jam after this.
Last week on Sports Jam, we named our all-area volleyball team. One of the players selected to that group was Armstrong junior Lauren Clark. In this Sports Jam Spotlight story from September, we profiled the Falcons' talented junior. Armstrong junior Lauren Clark is the type of player that can produce some awe-inspiring hits. She was very good as a freshman and sophomore and is even better now.
I think my IQ has gotten a lot better, and I just am doing a lot more shots to kind of mix up my hitting and throw off the defense.
You know, she's got such a fast arm swing that you can't teach a talent like that. You know, it translates to like being able to throw a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. So when you add that to how hard she works and how competitive she is, you just get a really electrifying player.
Lauren's physical talents are hard to miss. The arm swing, the great leaping ability. But it takes more than that to make a great player.
I think a little bit of it is natural talent, but I just really have the drive, and I always want to work hard and really just have a competitive mindset.
Obviously a really talented player, but she also has a really big heart for the game, which I think is really why she's so good and so fun to play with. It's because she loves the game and she loves to win. So it's fun to compete with her and play with her.
While the little things are important too, it's not hard for Clark to admit. It's a lot of fun to hammer a ball and maybe intimidate the other team just a bit.
Sometimes it's pretty excited, but I try to stay like humble so I don't come off as cocky or anything. I mean, it's fun getting kills though.
Lauren's traveled the country and had a lot of success playing club volleyball, earning All-American honors the past 2 seasons.
I've had some really great success with the teams that I've played with club. I've played with Crossfire for the past 2 years now, and we've made it really far into nationals, which has been a great experience.
And her Crossfire team features high school rivals from teams like Champlain Park and Osseo, which makes those matchups in the fall even more fun.
I think it's definitely more fun than like treating them as like the competitor. Just like it's fun to play against them, and I always like seeing those people since we don't go to the same schools.
In an age of early college commitments, Clark verbally committed to longtime power Penn State last fall as a sophomore.
I really liked how they coached, and I really liked the players that they recruited. They didn't try to sell me their program. They just kind of showed it how it was, and I think that I'll fit in really well there and maybe continue the legacy of their national championships.
Armstrong's made 15 state tournament appearances and won 7 championships in volleyball. But the last trip came in 2003 when the current players were very young kids. The Falcons would like to change that this fall. They know it'll take a team effort with a standout like Lauren Clark leading the way.
It's too much pressure to put on any one volleyball player to say, hey, we need you to carry this team. And so for us, it's nice that we do have balance. You know, so we can spread the ball around, and we know that, you know, coaches are going to serve at Lauren and they're going to try and wear her out, and everybody has to do their part. And it's not just about Lauren, it's a team effort, but we know that we've got a special player.
Lauren and the Falcons finished the season with a 20-8 record, falling to Benilde St. Margaret's in the Section 6 3A semifinals.
Champlain Park's football team endured a lot of injuries this fall on both sides of the ball. One player who remained upright for all 10 Rebels games was starting quarterback Joey Folds. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight from September, we met the Rebels senior who stepped in to fill a key role.
It wasn't supposed to work this way. Joey Folds was all set to return to varsity football at Champlain Park this fall as a linebacker. Late in the summer workout sessions came word that the team's expected starter at quarterback, junior Bennett Otto, wouldn't be ready in time for the season. Enter Joey.
I mean, these last, 4 or 5 weeks, whenever fall camp started, it's been a lot of work. Arms been a little sore, but it's definitely, I mean, when you get out to the game, you can definitely feel an improvement from that first week at camp when I had basically a summer off of no type of throwing, no quarterback reads, anything like that. But those first 2 weeks really got me back into it, and I feel like I've gotten better for sure.
Joey played quarterback in the Rebels program for 2 years and then switched to linebacker at the beginning of last season. He didn't necessarily expect another shot at QB.
I never played back in youth football. I was never a quarterback, and then 9th grade I decided I want to play. So 9th and 10th grade I was a quarterback for our team, and then last year they switched me to linebacker right when the season was about to start. So that was it. I thought my quarterback career was done because Bennett, he was real good, but just tough injury, it happens.
Head coach Mike Corton had to turn to Folds late last season after Otto went down with a different injury, and senior Chad Costello was hurt too. Corton loves the kind of attitude that Joey brings to the field every day.
Some kids approach it like, oh, practice again today. Not Joey. Joey shows up and he loves practice. He's catchy. His mood, the way he approaches football, other kids feed off of that.
Joey's rapid improvement in learning the quarterback position at the varsity level isn't a surprise. learned a lot from just watching.
Even last year when I was playing linebacker, I always liked offensive football. I always kind of paid attention to what our offense was doing. So I kind of remembered it from sophomore year, some of the basic stuff, and then varsity just gets kicked up another level. I think a lot of coaches they've all been helping me out, and I think a lot of hard work, a lot of studying, a lot of film preparation and stuff like that, it gets me ready for all our games.
At 5'9", 205 pounds, Folds isn't your prototypical quarterback. He doesn't play that way either. He plays the position like he did linebacker, attacking the opponent.
He'll step on now. He's going to have to, and he's going to get the first down.
That translates to offense. I mean, I'm not the best thrower of the football. And I'm not that tall of a pocket passer, but I like to run. I like to be physical with defenders. A lot of them don't expect QBs to run between the tackles, but that's just something I like to do. Linebackers help me out a lot with that.
He's done a really good job, and he adds an extra element to our offense. You know, he kind of power running back almost, because he played the linebacker, so he can run people over, and it just makes a big difference.
With Benedato's return uncertain, Folds is the Rebels quarterback for now, although the team does miss him on defense.
Yes, we do. I mean, we got guys filling in, and they're doing great. But going into the season or coming out of the last year, we thought, okay, he's going to be our returning linebacker, and he's going to be able to lead the defense. Well, now he's just leading the offense.
Linebacker is fun. Defense, I've never really played much defense either before. The last year was really exciting, and I was looking to make a big jump this year. But we'll see, maybe later in the year.
Champlin Park made a great postseason run in 2016 and seems to have the talent to make a push again this fall. Joey Folds is loving every minute of it.
No, definitely quarterback. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, you would think there's a lot of pressure, but I just think it's really fun to go out and play football. I mean, I'm just a football player.
Joey Folds breaks the tackle, and he'll go for a touchdown.
Folds and the Rebels finished 5-5, shutting out Mounds View in the first round of the playoffs before giving eventual 6A champion Eden Prairie a pretty good test in the second round. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam in a moment.
It's winter fun for the whole family on December 2nd at the annual Crystal Winterfest at the Crystal Community Center. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Create welcomes you, community residents, to connect and experience television in an exciting way. The free TV classes we offer will have you on your way to creating TV, and our wide variety of content can be watched at home or on the go. Connect to what's happening in your community. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Area high school students at the North Hennepin Area Chamber Star Student Awards on December 6th. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Remember to support your local food shelf with donations during the holiday season. Find out more about the nearest food shelf to you at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Our game of the week is a good early season girls basketball matchup as Wayzata visits Maple Grove. Watch it live Thursday at 7 o'clock or catch the replay Saturday night at 7 on CCX, your home for the best in high school sports. And that will do it for this week's show.
Next week, it's our first full program of the winter season with highlights and much more. We'll see you then.